Good evening and welcome to Somerset County Library's Google for Education Applied Digital Skills Classroom. Tonight we're talking about preparing for the FAFSA. And FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. So if you have a student that's getting ready to go to college, this is something that's very important to plan for. And tonight's presentation will help you organize all the information that you will need in order to fill out the FAFSA. So we're going to be organizing and preparing our information in order to complete the FAFSA by using Google Sheets. Though if you do want to use Microsoft or Excel spreadsheets, everything that we teach you tonight, you will be able to apply to that as well. But if you have a Google account, you do have Google Sheets as a free application, and it's very easy to use. So let's get started with preparing for the FAFSA.
In this lesson, you will gather and organize information in a spreadsheet to make filling out the free application for federal student aid easier. After high school, you may choose to continue your education. Whether you decide to pursue a bachelor's degree, an associate degree, vocational school, or some other kind of professional development, paying for school can be challenging. As you consider your educational options, it's also important to think about how you will pay for them. Using funds from personal savings, loans, scholarships, working while in school, or some combination are all common approaches to covering the cost of tuition. The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is a free online form to apply for financial help to pay for your education. Types of aid the FAFSA covers include federal grants, work-study programs, state aid, and school aid. Before you fill out the FAFSA, you will need to create an ID and a profile. Visit the FAFSA website to do that on your own. This lesson will help you organize your materials while you wait for your number to arrive. As you complete this lesson, you will create a spreadsheet to organize documents you'll need to complete the FAFSA, add names of people you'll need to ask for important documents, add data validation to keep track of your documents, and add links to your spreadsheet for documents and other resources saved on Google Drive. This lesson uses Google Sheets, but you could apply these skills and concepts in other spreadsheet applications, or even on a piece of paper. To work on this lesson, sign into your Google account. Open a new tab in your browser and navigate to google.com. If you do not have a Google account, pause the video and create one. Then open Google Drive and create a new spreadsheet in Google Sheets. Give your spreadsheet a title. If you'd like, you can use accessibility features within Google Sheets, like a screen reader, to make it easier to read. Click on the links next to this video to learn how to use this and other tools. A spreadsheet can contain one or more sheets. Naming each sheet can help you stay organized, especially if you decide to add more sheets later on to collect college or deadline information, for example. Now it's your turn. Log into your Google account, create a new spreadsheet and rename it, and name the sheet.
Okay, so you can work on this on your own. And previous lessons that we've had, and I believe some other lessons that will be coming up, all use Google Sheets in your college search, in your college application process. So it really is a good idea to have all your information for college together, and you can create different sheets as they showed you in the video in order to keep track of all that information that's grouped together. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the lesson, where we're going to create a document list.
In this video, you will determine your dependency status and list the documents that you will need to complete the FAFSA in your spreadsheet. Completing the FAFSA requires preparation and organization. Using a digital tool like a spreadsheet can help you keep track of all the documents you'll need. To figure out what documents you need, first you'll need to find out your dependency status. Federal student aid programs need to know if you are a dependent student or an independent student. A dependent student receives financial support from parents or guardians. When applying for aid, you will need to include your parents' or guardians' information. An independent student is at least 24 years old, married, a graduate or professional student, a veteran or a member of the armed forces, an orphan or ward of the court, or someone with legal dependents other than a spouse, an emancipated minor, or someone who is homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. As an independent student, when applying for aid, you will only include your own information. Or if you are married, you will also include your spouse's information. To learn more about your dependency status, click on the link next to this video to go to the FAFSA dependency status page. Review the table of questions to determine your dependency status. Then you will need to find out which documents you will need to complete the FAFSA. Go to the top of the website and hover your mouse over the category FAFSA form. Select how to fill out the FAFSA form. And in the table of contents on the left-hand side of the page, select Gathering the documents needed to apply. Review the documents listed to determine which ones you will need to collect. Next, go to your spreadsheet and create a column header for the documents you need. Headers help you quickly and easily identify what information is listed and sorted in the column below. Bold your header to make it stand out. In the Documents column, type the list of documents you will need to gather. For example, you may need the following information or documents to fill out your FAFSA application: your Social Security number, your driver's license, tax returns, bank statements, or business and investment records. Type one list item in each cell. A cell is a box that contains a single piece of information. Everyone's situation is different. The documents you list on your spreadsheet may be different from the example shown on screen. Depending on your situation, some documents may be yours and others may be from your parents or guardians. Add as many documents as you need. Now it's your turn. Determine your dependency status on the FAFSA website, identify what documents you'll need, create a column header for documents, and list the documents you need to gather in the Documents column.
Now, the Pennsylvania Higher Education Association is going to be hosting several webinars walking you through how to fill out the FAFSA application. This will give you an idea of how you can organize your information. And you can get a jump start on your application process. Let's move on to format and adding information to your sheet.
In this video, you will add column headings to your spreadsheet for other important details. Then you will format the headers and add details for the documents you'll need to gather or request from others. To begin, add column headings to your spreadsheet to help you organize the documents you will need to collect for the FAFSA. Next to the Documents column, create a new column for who you will contact for each document. Then, create a column label for the status of your documents. And create a column label for links to your documents. In a later video, you will insert a link to a document you have uploaded to Google Drive. Format your spreadsheet to make certain information stand out. Bold your headers like you did to your first column label. Next, freeze the header row. Freezing the header row allows you to see your headers even when you scroll down through a very long list of information. Then, select the entire sheet and wrap the text. Wrapping the text makes it stay visible within its cell rather than being clipped or cut off. Now in the Contact column, write the name of the person you will need to request the document from. For some of your documents, you might need to ask a parent or guardian for them, while for others, you might be responsible for providing the document. You might also have to get information from elsewhere, like the bank or an employer. Now it's your turn. Add headers to organize your documents, bold the headers, freeze the header row, apply text wrapping, and write the name of the person you will request each document from in the Contact column.
So you can see using spreadsheets is a great way to keep your information organized. Let's move on to adding data validation to track document status.
In this video, you will create a drop-down menu in your spreadsheet to track the status of the documents you need to collect for the FAFSA. This will allow you to quickly see whether you have everything you need for your application. It will also allow you to update document statuses as you collect them, rather than having to type in information over and over. To do this, you will use data validation. Data validation controls the text or other value that is entered into a cell. Adding data validation to your spreadsheet creates a drop-down menu where you can track the status of tasks or other information. To begin, add data validation to the status column of your spreadsheet. Next, type the text that you want to use to track the status of your documents. The statuses you add will show if you have requested a document from someone, if you've received the document, or whether the document is missing. Now use the drop-down list to change the status of your documents. The data validation acts as a checklist to ensure each document is tracked and organized so nothing is forgotten. You can also increase the width of your spreadsheet's columns to make it easier to read all of your information. Highlight the columns and then right-click to get the Resize Column option. This example shows one size, but you can choose the size you want. Now it's your turn. Use data validation to update the status of each document and resize the width of the columns.
That data validation is a cool feature. I've used it before, but I've never had to set it up before, so that was interesting. Okay, let's move on to adding links to documents.
In this video, you will upload a document to Google Drive and then insert a link to the document in your spreadsheet so you can easily access it later when you complete your FAFSA. Inserting links enables you to access a resource with just one click. This way, you don't have to continuously search for or ask others to find what you need. To begin, open a new tab in your browser. Open your Google Drive. Keep both tabs open while you complete this task. Next, upload a document from your computer to your drive. Then, once the document's uploaded, copy the document's URL address. Now, return to your spreadsheet and use the keyboard shortcut Control-V or Command-V to paste the link into the cell in the links column for that document. Then clip the URL so it fits in the cell. Now it's your turn. Go to Google Drive, upload a document from your computer, copy the document's URL address link, insert the link in the links column of the document, and clip the URL to make it fit in the cell.
Having links in your spreadsheet is an awesome way to keep track of information and have easy access to it. So you might have that information there, but having to go and search for it can sometimes be a little bit more challenging. This just sort of like streamlines everything. So everything is right there in front of you and no need to go searching for the documents that you need. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up.
In this lesson, you used Google Sheets to prepare for the FAFSA. By creating a spreadsheet, you can save time and be better organized to manage the documents you will need to complete the FAFSA. This makes it more likely that you will get everything in on time and correctly, so that your application won't be rejected or delayed because you are missing something. To prepare and organize for the FAFSA, you created and named a new spreadsheet, labeled column headers and applied formatting to make them stand out. Determined your dependency status. Identified the documents you will need to gather. Added a list of the documents you will need to complete the FAFSA. Added the name of the person you will request each document from. Added data validation to track the status of your documents. And you uploaded a document to Google Drive and inserted a link to it in your spreadsheet. The skills you've learned in this lesson can be applied in a variety of ways, such as creating a spreadsheet to organize a club, organizing information about colleges you're interested in attending, or for organizing a group project in school. You've taken the first step towards funding your education. Good luck with your application.
And that is everything. The next section is just like a quiz to see how much you've learned, but I won't go through that for you. But you'll be able to, hopefully this helps you get more organized with your application. And we learned that FAFSA is for everyone that's seeking to continue school after high school. So even if you're going to a tech school, if you're just going for an associate's, bachelor's, file for that financial aid. It can help you reduce the cost of your education. So I hope you'll make use of some of this information that you learned tonight. And as I said, there are some webinars coming up. I believe we have them posted on our web or on our Facebook page with the links to PHEAA with their webinars that they're doing that walk you through the application process. So take advantage of that as well. And good luck with your college applications and with your grant and with your financial aid applications. We'll see you next time.